Alright kiddos, it's day 2 of Ninja 400 experience, and today is the icing on the cake because today we are at a racetrack. And not just any racetrack, guys. This is Sonoma Raceway. This is quite literally my favorite track in America, and it's also my favorite time of year to be here because it is so green. There's a freaking super bloom in the infield. There's beautiful white clover flowers everywhere. It's pretty spectacular. They put a new tire on my bike, so instead of doing a wheelie it just spun, so that's probably a good indicator of how fast I should be going since there's not a lot of traction. But as we head out on the racetrack, I want to point out that Kawasaki has not positioned this machine as like a track bike. It is very much a street bike. It's very much a street sport bike. Oh boy, that new tire is moving around a lot back there. But they've allowed us to ride at the track because it's fun and because they want us to have the ability to evaluate this bike at a faster pace than what we did in the street. So I have already ridden it quite a bit today. So while I'm going at a pretty mellow pace right now, because like I said, I'm on a new rear tire, I have already turned a bunch of laps. So I can say that the light steering that I was enjoying yesterday, the handling, the way it dives to the side of the tire, and the way it changes direction very quickly, all of that translates to the track when you crank up the speed. And I've ridden Ninja 250s, I've ridden Ninja 300s at the racetrack, and the front end feel has never been very good, and they kind of feel like they have a hinge in the middle of the chassis. Let's see if we can hit 100 miles an hour here. Oh, 99 before I hit the brakes. I'm a wuss. Yeah, so the 250 and the 300 had the same frame, and it was a little bit of a flexi flyer, if I'm honest. But this bike's got none of that. This bike feels very stable. Works really well on the side of the tire. You can change directions quickly. It accelerates pretty damn fast. I mean, we just put 100 miles an hour on the speedo coming into this corner here. The brakes are still a bit of a frustration. I think I commented on them yesterday on the street, and obviously on the track they're braking a lot harder. And the leverage is just kind of soft, like it's squishy. And as the brakes get hotter, it gets more squishy, and it's like by the time you're done 3 laps, it's Squish Town, USA. But that's also riding at a pace that I feel is probably a little bit quicker than your average novice rider. So yeah, if you're wondering, oh, is the Ninja 400 going to be fun as a track bike? Like, is it going to be fast enough? Is it going to handle? The answer is yes. Yes, I'm doing it right now, and I'm having a hell of a good time. You guys see the white clovers on the inside of the track there? The flowers? So beautiful. In fact, I'm not dragging foot peg. I am on the stock tires, like I said, brand new rear tire, and totally up to ripping around this racetrack at a pretty good pace here. This is the carousel, turn 6, downhill. You drop like 3 stories, and then the back straight. It is geared a little short. I'm only using 5th gear. And the slipper clutch is pretty handy when you're dropping 2 or 3 gears going into those corners. It does allow the back end to move around freely. It doesn't shatter, it doesn't jump around. So we already know that this thing is a great street bike. It's a lot of fun, it's comfortable. Engine's pretty smooth, it's got good acceleration, good fuel economy, and now we've learned that it's also an excellent track day bike. So if you have aspirations of doing a track day, which I certainly hope you do because they're a great way to learn how to be a better rider, you bought yourself a Ninja 400, you're in a good position to have a good time. Okay guys, sun's going down. It's the end of day 2 of testing the new Ninja 400, and I'm sad because I never like leaving a racetrack. This bike was a lot of fun to rip around Sonoma Raceway. It was also very competent on the street. I mean, it's a great little street bike, even with all of its sporting performance. It's comfortable. The engine is smooth until you really start revving it out. It gets good gas mileage. I think it's a great option if you're in the market for a motorcycle. And I think it's remarkable that Kawasaki built this bike to a price point and it doesn't have any glaring deficiencies. It doesn't have like terrible suspension or terrible brakes or terrible tires or anything like that. The brakes aren't great. My heel does crowd the muffler, but those are pretty much my only complaints. Other than that, they did a fantastic job. So if you're looking at this thing as your first bike, good for you. I think it's a great option. And you can get this one with the KRT paint and ABS is $5,500. If you go without ABS and plain paint, it's only $5 grand. I would definitely recommend ponying up the extra $300 and getting yourself ABS because it's a good idea for safety. But anyway, I am rambling. That wraps up this review. If you've got any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. We'll do our best to answer them. Until next time, ride safe. Hey, here's Spurgeon. Should I grab his butt on the way by? I think I will. Oh, he doesn't know I'm here. Sorry, Spurge. Hi, buddy.